The 1996 NBA Finals Game 6 was a pivotal and historic matchup that took place on June 16, 1996, between the Chicago Bulls and the Seattle SuperSonics. This game held significant importance as it could determine the fate of the NBA championship that year. The Bulls, led by the legendary Michael Jordan, aimed to clinch their fourth NBA title, while the SuperSonics were desperate to stave off elimination and force a Game 7. The game was held at the United Center in Chicago, where a raucous crowd of Bulls fans gathered to witness history in the making. The Bulls entered the game with a 3-2 series lead, and their fans were hoping to witness their team's return to championship glory after a brief hiatus. Although it took a little longer than anticipated, the Chicago Bulls were able to upset the Seattle SuperSonics 87-75 in Game 6 to claim the 1996 NBA championship, thanks to the backing of the home crowd in Chicago's own United Center. In 6 years, Chicago has won 4 NBA championships. Michael Jordan, who led the Bulls with 22 points to go with 9 rebounds and 7 assists, won Finals MVP honors for the 4th time. "This really means a lot to me, especially after what happened to my father in this coming on Father's Day," said Jordan, whose father died in 1993. "I'm sorry I was out for 18 months, but I'm happy I'm back and was able to bring the championship back to Chicago." Chicago's performance in Game 6 was significantly improved over their performance in Game 3 at Seattle. As Chicago made 9 of 25 long-range goals, the Bulls' outside shots started to fall once more. Rodman also had a strong game on the boards, pulling down 19 rebounds, including 11 on the offensive glass to tie his earlier finals record. Ron Harper, who had missed the game due to a knee injury, recovered to play 38 minutes for the Bulls and gave their defense the boost it had been lacking. The return of Ron Harper to the starting lineup and their return to the familiar surroundings of the United Center, where Chicago lost only 3 games all season, gave the Bulls an emotional boost, but the Sonics weathered a Bulls' first assault. Before falling behind by 6, 24-18, at the conclusion of the first 12 minutes, Seattle and Chicago played tight throughout the first quarter. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan each had 7 points and 6 rebounds for the Bulls, while Shawn Kemp and Gary Payton both scored 6 points for the Sonic. With 4:1 left in the second quarter, the Bulls' lead had increased to 12 points, 41-29, but the Sonics didn't give up, going on an 8-0 run to narrow the deficit to 45-38 at the break, thanks to 8 points from Kemp and 7 points from Dettel Schreen. Jordan added another 7 points, bringing his total to 14 at the break, but he only made 3 for 11 shots. Jordan compensated for his poor shooting, however, by grabbing rebounds and dishing the ball to his open teammates, as he always does when it's required. Although Chicago continued to lead, Seattle remained in the game and refused to be frightened by a Bulls squad that appeared to be much improved from the 2 previous Seattle victories. The passionate captain of Seattle, Nate McMillan, played 8 minutes in the first half but had a back injury again in the second and was unable to contribute on the floor. McMillan was forced to watch from the Sonics bench in the third quarter as Seattle fell down by as much as 17. The Bulls appeared to take control of the game, and the title seemed to be almost within reach as he was sobbing in pain and fury. However, the Sonics once more came through, and the Bulls appeared to fatigue, going on a 9-0 run to reduce the Bulls' lead. Through 3 quarters, the score was Bulls 67, Sonics 57, Sonics 58. However, the Bulls' depth and experience ultimately proved to be too much for the Sonics, who lost Kemp with 4:38 left in the contest after he picked up his 6th foul. Schrempf led the Sonics in scoring with 23 points, followed by Kemp 18 points, 14 rebounds. Payton, 19 points, 7 assists. After the Chicago Bulls secured their victory in Game 6 of the 1996 NBA Finals and clinched the championship, the celebration that followed was nothing short of spectacular. The city of Chicago erupted in joy, and the Bulls players and fans alike reveled in the momentous occasion. Immediately after the final buzzer sounded, the Bulls players and coaching staff embraced on the court. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman, among others, shared emotional moments of triumph, hugging and raising their arms in victory. In the locker room, champagne bottles were uncorked, and the team indulged in the classic championship tradition of spraying champagne in jubilation. Players, coaches, and staff members joined in festivities, drenching each other in bubbly. Michael Jordan came back to the Chicago Bulls last season after an absence of a season and a half with a goal in mind. Jordan was determined to add another NBA championship to the 3 he had already won with his club while leading them from 1990. 1 to 1993 in order to reclaim his position as the game's all-time great player. Jordan fulfilled his dream on Sunday night by leading the squad with 22 points as the Bulls defeated the Sonics 87-75 to win the 1996 NBA title. Jordan was voted finals thanks to his 27.3 scoring average over the course of the 6-game series, becoming him the first player to ever receive that title 4 times. He had previously won it in 1991, 1992, and 1992, and 1993. In the first 2 games, which the Bulls won in Chicago, Jordan scored 28 and 29 points. In the third game, which the Bulls easily won in Seattle, Jordan scored a series-high 36 points, including 15 consecutive in the second quarter. However, Jordan was restricted to just 23 points in Game 4 and 26 points in Game 5 by the Sonics, who went on to win both games at home. Jordan subsequently replied in Game 6 with a strong overall performance. Despite scoring a career-low 22 points in the finals, he added 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals to help the Bulls build a 7-point lead at halftime and stave off a late Sonics comeback to win the championship. Jordan became just the second player in history to win the MVP award for the regular season, the All-Star Game, and the NBA Finals all in the same season, joining Willis Reed, 1970, who averaged 5.3 rebounds and 4.2 assists per game throughout the series. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. What's your favorite memory from the 1996 NBA Finals? Thanks for joining us today. Be sure to subscribe for more captivating basketball stories from the past. Until next time.